Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So it's been a few days since I left off at the end of last episode. What I ended up doing is, rather than waiting for the other caravan to come back, I went ahead and I put Murgo and Tigress in a caravan. Tigress just because she had nothing else going on, so she could pull guard duty, and Murgo being the person we kind of go to for trading more often than not. I threw them both into the other APC with a ton of silver. I think I sent them with like 24,000 or something, and enough food to get them to that same outpost or that same settlement and back. And so they, passed each other on the way. Murgo got there and was able to negotiate us a better price on the power armor than what the other group saw, so it only cost me about 4,700 a piece. Versus, I think they were over 6,000 with the other group. So we got a pretty good price on these armors. I bought 3 of them, and we'll get them equipped in just a second here. I want to make sure that Tigress gets her carapace armor, so that's sitting down here waiting for her. We're going to ask her to wear that, and we'll give her the helmet as well. And then we're going to grab Daniel, who's apparently not doing anything. We're going to have him throw one of these on. The other is going to go to Gorilla, who's currently out mining. And the last one is going to go to Larry, who is making us some Imperial components. I'll let him finish what he's doing before he does that. Okay, and we'll get to see what these look like on people. So, I don't think anybody's seen my power armor textures before, so these are the ones I came up with. Again, I'm basing everything off the tabletop stuff, so this is an actual painted, Blood Ravens miniature that I kind of turned into a RimWorld texture, and I think they came out pretty good. Again, I don't know that they necessarily match the overall aesthetic of the game very well, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore because probably the only time we get to see them. Again, I'm probably just going to end up using all the RimHammer stuff from here on out because they've already done a lot of the work for me, and so I don't really see a point in reinventing the wheel or anything. Is that going to slow you down a bunch, is my concern. Global work speed is hurt. Movement speed is hurt a bit. Huh. -2. That does make you quite slow. But it does give you really impressive armor. And it makes you shoot even more accurately, which should be a pretty nice boost with this bolter you have here. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how effective they are in combat, but there we go. Let's wait until he turns and you guys can get a better look at it. But these are only the Hulk body type. Obviously, you're not going to have like tiny little skinny Marines like Halleck and Murgo. Or really big fat Marines. They're all fairly uniform in body type. So they were all Hulk, and what I was doing before I kind of got sidetracked was each body type was just a different style of armor. So I think like the fat body type was like a librarian set of armor or something like that, but I was never able to finish it. Okay, so we have 2 Marines and we're waiting on a third, and with that I think we are in pretty good shape to go. Oh, cirrhosis. So his liver is deteriorating, huh? How did you manage that? Oh, because you probably binged a bunch of beer or something. Are we still storing beer out here? It's probably what happened. I'm willing to bet they got hungry or something, or they just saw beer lying out and they drank it all. Yeah, I've got a lot of drunk chickens. I don't know that there's a lot we can do for them. Generally, there isn't a lot you can do about cirrhosis. It's basically necrosis or tissue death in the liver, and you can't exactly, cause that tissue to regenerate itself. And so usually cirrhosis that's far enough along ends up in liver replacement. And cirrhosis often leads to a lot of liver cancers. So, sucks to be that chicken there, but not going to worry myself too much about his drinking habits. So, I figure what we'll do, now that we have these Marines, or at least as close as we can get, they're just regular people in power armor, we will go ahead and look at attacking that base. So, I think we'll bring just about everybody capable of fighting, who is, you know, well equipped for it, and then we will throw them in the 2 APCs with like some sort of orbital bombardment. I don't know if we want the beam or the actual bombardment. It's basically one really big concentrated blast or a bunch of scattered ones. So kind of take your pick as to which you prefer there. But we'll send them on over there and start things off with the bombardment. We'll give them a bit of steel for, what do you call it? For sandbags as well, just so that they're, you know, fairly well protected. And see how things go. I don't recall what the layout of their base was, so I'll probably just have to make up a plan as we go. But I suppose we could bring some static weapons with us. I just don't see the point necessarily. What did this cost again? The chain gun. 822 and 1. We do have another gun. The thing is, do I want to bring 800 steel and 22 components just to build a chain gun there and then tear it back down? That seems awfully elaborate. It's not that I necessarily mind wasting the resources. I'll probably never burn through all those components or steel before the end of this playthrough. But 800 steel just for that, and then each sandbag is another 6. So to build a significant number of sandbags, we would need quite a bit of steel. We'd probably need to bring twice whatever this was, so it was 800. We need to bring 1600 steel, 22 components, and that weapon on top of all the people that we want to fit in there. And that could be a bit more than our APCs can handle. And then again, we have to set that up, hopefully, before they attack us. And the other question, too, is how much do you guys weigh now? Let's see. The armor's only 5 kilograms. That's not too bad. What is this regular? Okay, so apparently the power armor doesn't weigh any more than flak armor, which obviously it should weigh quite a bit more. Like, orders of magnitude more. But whatever, I'm not going to complain. So we're getting that wall laid in finally. Last episode we were able to kind of make this corner a little bit more viable as, you know, defense for this area. Although we do still have a blind spot over there. And then we got this area pretty well lit. We're not entirely done with it, but we're getting close. I was able to fill this in too. And I'll need to figure out lighting for this area because it is still pretty poorly lit. And that's asking for infestations to spawn. So obviously we want to do something about that as soon as we can. I didn't intend to do that. Something like that should be fine. Let's cancel this one. We'll get that hallway lit. I'll have to figure out this layout, but that's going to be hard while the water's there because I can't put walls in quite yet. At least not, you know, over this. So I'll have to think on it. But we're getting there. Things are definitely moving along. So we really only have like 3 characters that don't have 40k... Sorry, 4 characters that don't have 40k themed clothing. And I think I sort of intended for all of them to be tech priests. Morgan is actually a fighter, so I guess I could throw her in some flak armor. I have las guns. I don't know that the las guns are better than the auto guns necessarily. But I think they do have better range, and so for that reason, I'd probably prefer she have a las gun. Yeah, you know what, Morgan? Since we're not going to be here too much longer, I don't necessarily care that this stuff is being queued up for repairs and whatnot. Although, what happened to the helmet? There was a helmet here. I'll have to find it. It's in somebody's inventory, I can guarantee that. So come wear this, and then come equip a las gun. Ooh, that one's only 40. Scratch that. Throw that on, and then that needs to get repaired. Ooh, wow, those are both in really bad shape. Grab the one that's 55, I guess. At least it's above 50. And then, who stole our helmet? Let's see. She's got meals on her. Halleck took it. Halleck, why do you need a helmet, man? You don't fight. Okay, there we go. So Morgan, when you're done with that, come wear this too. Okay. And so that makes her a little bit more of a fighter. I don't know that I'm going to send her on this mission. I guess I could. She is a pretty decent shot. And I don't necessarily need mining to be getting done. We already have more resources than we know what to do with. So we could send her. It's really just going to be a matter of how many people we can afford to bring, given the other stuff that we need to bring. And then once we have that minimum amount of resources, we'll see how many characters we can fit in the APCs. I'd prefer not to force anybody to walk alongside. I'd also really appreciate that not being dropped there. Just pick it up and drop it outside or something. I don't care that you drop it randomly. I just don't want it in a doorway. No, not going to drop it. Why won't you drop this? Whatever. Whatever, just don't drop it in a doorway. I don't care what you do with it. You can hang onto it for the rest of the playthrough for all I care. Alright, so how are my Marines looking? You have power armor plus thunder hammer plus a void shield. You have your bolter. You have lightning claws plus void shield. Okay, so I mean, they should be pretty durable. I am a bit concerned about them not having helmets, but the void shield should help with that. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I have one more. I don't know who I could give that to, though, because really, I don't have a whole lot of dedicated melee people. Like, these guys have grenades. If I brought them, I'd like for them to use those grenades. Lax is another really good melee fighter, but he also has a gun, and he's not too shabby with it. So I'd like for him to be able to use that gun. And then we have, like, Lazarus, who's really not much of a fighter at all, so I'm not going to waste my time on bringing him. Sylvia is kind of the same thing. And... oh, I forgot... Elarana was a good fighter. Well, damn. I actually could have made her a Marine. There was plenty of armors there, and I had enough money to buy a couple more at least. So I could have done that and then given her the extra pair of lightning claws. And that would have been a far better use of her than just having her sit around the base. Well, that's a shame. I don't really have anything else to put her in. I don't have any, like, really good armor. I did ask for some more bolters to be made, but I don't think they're going to be ready in time. Oh, we're being raided by orcs, no less. Okay. Well, they're going to have to come around the other side. Right? I mean, like, they could attack these doors, but that would be a lot of doors to get through. And I can always just build that right there to prevent them from getting through. That is going to require somebody to run outside, though. Let's see, who's closest that can do that? I just don't want them to cut through there. Skinner, can you build? Not really. Where is Lazarus? Lazarus, I think that's going to be your job. You can build, right? Yeah. Go build that real quick. Just so they don't see that as like a viable route to take. Okay, it looks like they're not going to bother. Are they going to attack my animals? I'm going to have to call them inside just to be safe. So that is this one, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if they're sleeping, they're probably going to end up dead because they're not going to react in time. Well, that's a real shame. At least we'll get to test out our new armor, won't we? So I need people to wake up and get outside, obviously. Everybody except for Yaris there. And then I'll take you guys up to here. Come on out. Sylvia, you don't really have a weapon. I mean, you do, but you're not that great with it, so I won't bother. Morgan and Larry. Okay. Everybody hustle. And we'll kind of get them into battle stations when they get out here. I'll need to turn a lot of this stuff on as well, so definitely get the chain guns up, because the chain guns will fire without any help, or with anybody manning them, I guess is a better way to say that. Skinner, since you're already out here, do me a favor and do that. You can't do it while you're drafted, that's right. I learned that the hard way last time. So flick these switches, just run down the line and flick them. And then I'll get you set up somewhere. Liara, I'm going to ask you to man this. Oh, okay, then just come stand here right now. And I'll put you on it as soon as he's done. If they're not going to come this way, then let's not bother with that. This is taking too long. They're going to like be on top of us by the time we're in battle stations. Who can flick this? Murgo, do me a favor and flick that switch, because I need that firing as soon as possible to slow them down. And then we'll get you on a machine gun or something. Okay, Garvel, stand by right here. Mirage, stand by right here in case they get through. Clinton, do me a favor and get on that gun. Actually, Jackal should be on a gun. That's fine. Jackal can man one of these down here. Skinner, you still have to hit those. Liara, here, just do this for him, because I need you on it, like now. Okay, flicked it on. Go ahead and man it. Murgo is going to do the same over there. We're probably not going to be able to get on this. Reyna, get in there. Remy, you got your hell gun set up like here, because I think they're going to start, yeah, they're going to start moving toward the opening. In fact, go there. The sooner you get set up, the better. Ren, let's put you down here. Okay, Clinton's on the move. Zima, go here. Bragg, go there. I think, I don't know. This could get ugly. We'll see. I need people to start shooting, though. Is anybody manning that? Come on. Why are you guys not cooperating right now? Fine. Citra, go here. Okay, flick that switch. Then Murgo, you're going to operate that turret. This one should fire on its own, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no. The chain guns need to be manned? I thought the chain guns didn't. Maybe it's the anti-material turrets I'm thinking of. Yeah. That is what I'm thinking of. Alright, and then come back down here and man that when you're done. Cancel everything you're doing right now. Okay. Already flicking that one. Then come back here and man this. I feel like Bragg's bolter would have been better served like over here or something. That's fine. Yeah, you know what, Remy? Go there. Is somebody... Okay. Yeah, you go here. Remy, go there. Murgo, you're gonna man that gun. Jackal, I guess run over here and get on this. Haro, probably don't need people up there, so let's start putting some people in over here. Havel, you can come down here as well. And Bragg, yeah, I want you there. Okay, starting to fire. One good thing about dealing with orcs is they have pretty limited range, so we can usually engage them before they engage us. Let's try to keep it that way, though. Virya, we already have people set up in there, right? So let's get you. Cashin, do me a favor and get on this. Virya, come down here, I think. Zarena, we'll put you down there too. Lax, where do I want you? Preferably by an entrance, I think. So let's move Mirage, I guess. Mirage, fall back a bit, and you're gonna be like our rescue service. Daniel, front and center with that thing. Okay, we're lighting them up pretty effectively. They are returning fire, though. Jackal's taking it pretty hard, but it looks like the Embracers saved him. Wow, they are really going after him. Come on, Murgo, start lighting them up. Where Gorilla and Larry? You guys could not have been further away, could you? Keep firing, keep firing. Oh, Morgan. You got real lucky there, Morgan. Yeah, keep running. How did they not hit you? Are we about done? I think we're about done. Yeah, they're running away. Alright, you Marines aren't going to catch him. Jackal, I think, was the only one hit. So go get yourself treated, Jackal. I'm going to ask Bragg and Zima to go after them, I believe. Bragg, Zima. Who else can get there fairly quickly? Maybe Reyna, because she's got that exit over there. And probably not going to get Ren there in time. So I think that's everyone, right? So you guys can all be undrafted. So as you were. I don't know why I didn't get her. You're going back. You're going back. You guys are off your guns, right? Okay. So off we go. You guys can go about your business as well. Remy, come with us. Garvel, you know what? Lax, you come too. You're pretty reliable in a fight. Daniel, as you were. Larry and Gorilla. Sorry, but you didn't get here in time. So that power armor does make it a bit difficult to get them into the fight, just because they're so damn slow. Alright, so got a lot of orc corpses. I'm going to need to unforbid all of this junk, so let's try to do this as efficiently as possible here. Oh, crap. Well, I'm going to have to redo that over here. I don't want these getting moved. So there we go. And then obviously the corpses we want hauled away. So it looks like we got everything down there. We got the orc shootas as well. Oh, you guys are already forbidden. So pistols then. Why didn't you get that one? I must have misclicked or something. And then what do we have here? A big shooter. There was actually quite a few knobs in that raid. Snazgun as well. I'm surprised they didn't give us more trouble. Again, I think it's because they pretty badly lack any sort of range of their own. Although, with the knobs and the big guns, like what's the range on this? 24. Okay, so they still have pretty short range. Obviously, a lot of firepower, but they couldn't hit us until they got fairly close, and at that point, we'd already been shooting for a while. So I think they all made it off the map, if I'm not mistaken. In that case, I guess you guys can all go back to your business. Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. That did take up a lot of time, though, so I guess we're not going to be able to go on a raid of our own today, but maybe in the next episode. Jackal needs treatment. Apparently, he's not that concerned about it, because he decided to have lunch first. I guess it's more like breakfast. He's going to go lie down. We'll make sure somebody gets around to treating him. I'll probably have Sylvia do it, because she's really not up to much right now. In fact, she's still sleeping. Whoops. I think you're probably ready, Sylvia, to wake up. So, do me a favor and come tend to him. He's getting medicine. Perfect. And then we'll let the animals back outside. So the dogs are welcome to roam as they please. These guys are no longer puppies, so I'll open that up for them as well. Any of the... Oh, the Labrador too. Any of the chickens and roosters need to stay in this area. I guess that's true of the chicks as well. And then I had the livestock on the blue one, I believe. That's basically everything except for the base itself, so they can kind of roam around and graze. Oh, some of these orcs aren't actually dead. So, who can deal with that? I guess Tigress is going to deal with it, because she's only really up to fighting. So we'll march her on out here and let her kind of beat them to death with a rifle butt or something. Hopefully it doesn't take her too long. I couldn't believe how long it took. Oh, sorry, Mirage. You know what? Since you're out here, why don't you help? I completely forgot I had her sitting back behind that. Oh, we need to get all these turned off, too. Almost forgot about that. Those are fine, but these all need to go. So somebody should get around to that pretty quickly. Everybody's on repairs. Good. Alright, Tigress. Go after the knob first. Go ahead and just shoot him. Probably faster than hitting him. Maybe not. Maybe not with that aim. Mirage, I'm going to ask you to... I guess I'm not going to ask you to do that because it won't let me. As you were then. And Tigress, come... oh, I'm losing control again here. Okay, let's see. Well, now I can issue orders. That was weird. That was giving us problems, not the last episode, but the episode before. When we were trying to deal with that psychic ship, I had to keep restarting the game. And luckily, I was able to recover it there, but before I was not. Okay, so I think that's all of the orcs dead. I don't see any more writhing around on the ground. Okay, you've been turned off. You've been turned off. I forgot to designate that one. They got this one, though, and they got these. Perfect. It's a huge drain on our grid, so I got to make sure that, you know, those are flicked on and off as quickly as possible. You got treated pretty well. Good. Good, good, good. So yeah, I think defensively we are in really good shape. Offensively, we'll have to see how effective these Marines are. I am a bit concerned about how slow they move. In reality, well, not in reality, but in the lore, they should be able to move faster than normal humans, even in their armor, because the armor does boost their muscle movements, and they're already superhuman themselves, plus they're, you know, significantly taller than a normal human, so their stride would be longer. Oh no. That's pretty minor. Make sure he gets treated properly. But this is just becoming a disaster. I've changed the mining type as well, so they shouldn't actually be harvesting resources anymore. They should be chiseling blocks out. And it still appears to be generating more and more stuff. But there's only 15% left in this quarry, and I'm not going to replace it like I did before. I don't think we need any more of those resources, so we're just going to leave it be after that, and hopefully we can eventually, get all of the stone processed, or at least just hauled the hell out of sight or something. I can do what I did in the RimWorld War playthrough, where I can basically line our walls with a layer of chunks, just so it's harder for the enemy to get to them. Something like that could work. In fact, I might do that. So we just need a stockpile area, and I'm going to run it. It probably doesn't even need to be that deep, but that's fine. So we'll run it like that. Will it let me expand this further? Yeah, okay. Then we'll wrap that on down this way. Like so. And then across here. Like so. This part's going to be a little bit tricky right here, but I'll make it work. Obviously, I don't want to ruin my tree farm there, so we'll probably only take it that far. Will it not let me expand into that? There we go. Okay, so we're going to clear all priority preferred, and we're just going to say granite chunks, because that's really only the only thing cluttering our base is granite chunks. So we'll have a nice layer of them along here, and again, that'll slow anything down that's trying to approach it. So, you know, if we're attacked over here and firing out of this, if they want to hit the embrasures or even this, you know what? I'm a bit wary about having it there. If I delete that, though, it's going to... It should be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. We don't really use that entrance, and if we do, it's rarely an emergency, so I think it'll be fine. Oh, no, we're losing so much resources because our freezer's full. Is there beef out here? Oh, why is it so warm in there? Oh, because some idiot left something in the doorway. Who's nearby? Are you grabbing that right now? You better do it right this second, because we're losing a bunch of perfectly good meat. Oh, you just grabbed a little bit of it. Don't consume it. Will you haul that? Just pick it all up, please. Get it out of the doorway. Then do whatever you want. Okay, that'll close now, and hopefully our coolers can recover from that. Wait, why aren't you cooking fine meals? Why have you been doing simple meals this whole time? Did I forget to add fine meals to the bill? That's odd. I swear I had them on there before. We obviously have plenty of resources for both. I'm not that concerned, I guess. I mean, there's no reason not to, though. It just... There's not going to be anywhere to put them if I do that. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and add fine meals to this. I can't believe they weren't already on there. We're going to do until we have... We'll start with 30. We're going to drop this to 30. And there's going to be some overflow. But what we should see is that they're going to prefer to eat the fine meals. So anything we produce in terms of fine meals will probably get consumed more or less right away. Since we're not cooking as many simple meals, we should see those kind of fall off. And eventually we'll have like half and half of this, and then we can just migrate completely to fine meals. But I will have simple meals sort of as a plan B if we can't make fine meals. I wish there was a way to kind of program that into the bills a little bit more effectively. So like, if this isn't available, do this kind of thing. But unfortunately, there isn't one that I'm aware of. Maybe there's a mod for that, though. Because that would be really, really useful. Let's see. Unpause at 29, and I'm just going to say drop on floor. Actually, don't do that. Because the freezers are right behind you, or the refrigerators are right behind you. On this one, pause when satisfied at 29. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We had a pretty successful raid defense there, although I was hoping to go on a raid of our own. I suppose that will be our goal for the next episode. We'll have to... I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to bring these guys, so I'm not probably going to bother waiting for them to be fully healed. I don't think we're going to be able to bring as many as I would like anyway, so we'll have to be kind of selective, in which case these two are not necessarily my first choice. Although Lax is a good fighter, we have plenty of other melee fighters that will be coming, and so he's kind of an afterthought in that regard, and at least he can help defend the base, and he's fairly productive when he's at the base, so he'll still be getting work done for us. Obviously, the Marines will come, everybody in carapace armor, and maybe a few other select guardsmen in flak armor, but even that I don't know if we'll have room for. I'll have to see exactly how many people an APC can hold after we factor in things like food, which we may be able to just rush it without food because they're not very far. So if we go here to here, we're talking not even a full day. And I would assume they'll have some food there, so we could just completely forego food to bring more people. But we did want to bring some steel for sandbags as well, and then I still haven't decided if I want to try to bring the chain gun or not. Because I do have a chain gun in a box still, but that means another 800 steel and 22 components we have to haul, which is quite a bit. The other option is that we load up the APCs with just the resources and somebody to drive them, and then we march everybody else because we're not that far. They could reasonably walk, at least to that base, the Hrodny 13th base, this one. If we raid anything else, that's not going to be viable, but in this case it might be. So we'll have to think on it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to see you guys back here for the next episode.